going to send a text message because that's how much I care about life.
Ladies and germs, we're here live.
Great intro, by the way, saying ladies and germs.
We are here live at the Cortland at Bayshore.
It's not live if it's a recorded thing that people are listening to.
All right, start it over.
We're live, you're not.
Ladies and germs.
You're dead. You're dead. You've died.
Okay.
Forever.
Would you like to introduce ourselves? We'll go around from the right.
I'm Mike Abrusci, and unlike last time with this podcast, I do not have a lisp. I sound very lispy.
My name is...
I listen to it. I listen to myself many times because I have a beautiful voice.
The lisp gets worse every time.
Can I introduce myself? I have a great description for my voice. My name is Tim McGorry. I have slept with over 100 women, so that's better than any bachelor's degree.
That is a bachelor's degree.
A bachelor's degree in getting that pussy.
And I'm Justin Gentile. I am one of those many women. We're here at the Cortland tonight. Tim hosted a comedy show. Tim, how did it go? Well, we're going to listen to it, so it doesn't fucking matter how it went.
The comedy show was as good as the Hindenburg was bad.
So that's pretty good.
So fantastic, I'd say.
Pretty good.
Just want everyone to know.
It was like the storming the beaches of Normandy. Successful.
Just want everyone to know, before you listen to the rest of the podcast, I fucking killed
Mike Abrusci.
By the way, George Carlin, eat your dead heart out.
George Carlin's ghost rose from the ghost grave, came here, was just crossing his arms in the back of the bar, and was just slightly nodding approvingly.
Can I tell you?
And then at the end,
as if to say, "You did a good job, kid."
He handed me the torch like we were in an Olympic relay together.
George Carlin came back from the dead to give you a hug.
I don't want to diss George Carlin or anything, but
I don't think we're disrespecting George Carlin. I think we're paying homage to him.
I did say eat your dead heart out.
Eat your dead heart out, George Carlin. Okay, yeah. Maybe I'll take what I've ever said.
If anyone from the Carlin estate is listening to this, I'm not sorry.
If George Carlin's ghost is listening to this, great job on communicating with humans.
George Carlin's ghost is everywhere. I'm pretty sure that's the idea behind ghosts.
Good for you.
But actually, I want to say about Mike, my little pet name for Mike recently has been Andrew Dice Abrusci, because sometimes he gets that edge. Sometimes he gets that little... I'll shut up now.
I don't feel like you disrespecting Andrew Dice Clay is a good way to kick this off. The man is a talent.
He did. Have you ever listened to The Day the Laughter Died?
Only every morning at 8 a.m. as I do my 1,000 push-ups.
It's a set of Andrew Dice Clay bombing. And it was very beneficial to me, so I could learn how to deal with that.
Which Wikipedia described as intimate?
I will say I do own a leather jacket and have used a toothpick before, so...
Sure.
And I will say...
The comparison is not completely out of left field.
And I will say banana because I am a free man and I can say what I want when I want.
If Wikipedia called anything I did intimate, I would be pretty happy with myself.
What do you have to do to get a Wikipedia page? Do you have to...
I think you have to be known by more people than your mother.
You have to be on television, kill someone, or get killed in a really cool way.
Yeah.
It's the same way to be on the news. Like, I'm pretty sure you can't have a top story on the news unless someone dies, right?
Right.
So it's like the same thing on Wikipedia, except actually we looked up the Rush Limbaugh controversy page on Wikipedia, which has lasted less than 2 weeks, and it has like over 50 references on it.
Now, Rush Limbaugh is the drummer for the Black Keys, right?
No, Rush Limbaugh is the drummer of Rush.
2112.
He's Neil Peart, you goon.
He's the drummer of Rush.
He was the former drummer of Rush.
That's where they got the name
Rush
from.
Limbaugh was on, I think, for a good 4 months before they kicked him off.
We're not going to spend any time talking about Rush Limbaugh tonight.
We're going to America. You're staying in Canada, Limbaugh.
This is a section called Rush Riffs.
Rush Riffs.
And we're killing it right now.
Rush is definitely in a limbo after his last comments.
I think I used to sell him Oxycontin.
Okay.
Did he sweat a lot? Is he a big guy?
He's a
like a radio personality?
He's a sweater.
Definitely used to sell him Oxycontin.
He looks like your uncle. Is that my uncle? He looks like my uncle.
Wow. I really don't appreciate the disrespect that's being brought to the McGorry family name.
I think what I want to do as having 3 comedian guys and April's here too. Say hi, April.
Oh, God, speak up for fuck's sake.
Use your words.
Whatever.
Jesus
Use your
Christ.
words. She's not a trained professional,
she's not a
guys.
professional.
I apologize.
Women are just awful.
Yeah.
I think
if she learned how to talk one of these days, maybe she could talk her way out of the beating I'm going to give her later.
Hey, what are you going to have in your salad? How about a little beaten and eggs?
I like roasted beat.
That's from my Platinum Award-winning comedy album, Laughter on the Moon.
People can't see my face when I go like this.
The cover is me standing on the moon with a microphone going, hey, what's up?
Does your head explode
because
you're
you
not
can,
wearing a
because
helmet?
everyone can hear covers.
I like the visual gesture that's being translated to audio.
And everyone that's listening to this can see it.
The best part about
viewers.
The best part about comedy albums is the visual humor, by far.
We can only intro this for so long because Daddy's got to go home and watch the 10th episode of Californication that he's got on his broken laptop.
So let's. So is there? I didn't prepare much for this.
You don't say.
Yeah, that's why I stood staring
Sounds
at my
about
book
right.
the entire time. That's what you'll hear from me.
That's the. Oh, he's talking about his comedy, his chomedy set before.
Yeah, what were
He's
you
talking about his notes.
What were you talking about when we had sex last night?
I'm just talking, baby. I'm freebird.
The microphone picks up that lighter.
I know.
We're at a bar.
I'm trying to get the elusive.
We're wondering what this.
smoking.
We're at a
demographic.
soundstage in the heart of Manhattan that I've converted into a working
Right now,
bar.
we're
for
in the
profit.
backstage. I'm actually the set dresser for Law & Order SVU, and right now I just print all of Ice-T's Soul Glow for his Jerry Curl. And
I just gave
looking
Anthony
great.
Anderson a hand job near the SAG craft table.
I'm Richard Belzer's personal sunglass tinter.
I thought that was Richard Lewis. No, he doesn't wear
No,
sunglasses.
Richard Lewis is the other Jew.
We're talking about Ice Cube.
Wow.
We're talking about Ice
I'm
Cube's
getting
partner.
playfully anti-Semitic.
We're getting blacklisted in places we've never even heard of right now. Places.
Is there anything you want to say about what you did tonight that you just want to introduce to the people?
You know, it takes a lot of hard work trying to put together a show in this economy. And the fact that there were more audience members than people that performed made me feel really good. I feel like we
You got to improve every time.
at the first show we outnumbered them, and they had to laugh because they were like, otherwise we're gonna have Mo Diggs sit on them or something.
We love Mo. We love you, Mo.
But
He won't listen to this. He's not gonna
He
listen.
does, and he follows me on Twitter now because I put it in the description. Or Adam Suzanne does. Fuck you, Mo.
wow, yeah. Hey, Mo Diggs, why don't you follow Justin Gentile on Twitter and stop killing babies all the
getting
time?
down
Because
the
Mo
real-
Diggs.
Not following Justin Gentile on Twitter is akin to genocide.
You're not seeing my replies to Donald Glover enough.
Oh my
We're getting
god.
down to the real nitty-gritty right now.
Can I just say something real quick? Like, Justin, I hate when you come to me and you're like, oh, guess what famous celebrity retweeted me?
Listen, James L. Brooks doesn't talk to people every day. He is a seminal. We're recording a podcast right now. Ben, you want to say hi? Ben, say it into the microphone.
What's a podcast?
This is what is a podcast?
It's words that we speak into a microphone, and then we'll put it on the internet for people to listen to.
It's a giant audio file in the middle of the internet that no one will listen
Yeah,
to.
ever.
Yeah, basically,
But he
we
does it anyway.
We recorded the comedy show, and this is what we're going to record to introduce the comedy show.
Really quick, I want to.
Thank you for making me laugh again.
We're doing an intro to a podcast right now. Any thoughts on the show? How'd it
how'd
go?
you-
You're holding it backwards.
We're with some.
These are real deal audience members right here, guys.
Sorry, they don't.
These people are trying to go home.
Yep, there you go. I don't know.
Well, I'm not a big fan of the Jew jokes. It made me feel kind of out of place. Yeah, high five it. Yeah.
I have swamp
Stop
ass, but it was
knocking us
great.
kikes.
Got swamp ass, but it was great. What'd you think of the show?
It was awesome.
It was awesome. Thank you guys for coming out. Enjoy the rest of your night. Don't worry about it. We'll get you next
Take
time.
that while
my Lord.
Tim schmoozes.
You guys.
Schmooze is a Jewish word meaning talk to politely.
I don't know if you guys heard it, but a man complimented my beard, making him the 1,300th person to touch my face without me asking.
Ladies and gentlemen, we just got flanked by two crazy professional comedians, Tim Thomson and Mo Diggs. Guys, we're doing the intro to the podcast right now.
Oh,
How excited are you for that?
We're not actually on the podcast.
No, we
We're
are
on the podcast.
We are
It's
now.
the intro.
Right now.
Now that you're
No,
talking,
you're on the intro to the podcast too. With a
Hold
live
on.
recording
I have to
of tonight.
fuck with the game.
I want you to take a seat and just think of the exposure you're getting.
I know,
right now.
tens of people.
To tens.
About 10.
All of my-
53.
we had
exit
70
51.
listeners
last time.
All of my one ex-girlfriends that still talk to me are going to listen to this, guys. So I hope you impress her.
That 19-year-old single mother that I've been kind of dating is probably listening to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, the best part is
They
that last
will.
time it was actually 90 minutes.
Yeah. Of just Justin and I sitting in a kitchen. Yeah.
Yeah, Ben, we're really
Here,
hilarious.
there's skepticism.
The owner of this bar is like flabbergasted. It's like, Wait, who would sit down and listen to this?
In the darkness.
There's plenty of Maroon 5 CDs that I could put on right now as opposed to the
I
actual
don't think you guys
podcast.
know that all of the seasons of Lie to Me are on Netflix right now, and you can be watching that instead.
For the record, I do want to apologize to Ben because I know he would rather be outside of 7-Eleven doing scratch-offs with Tim right now.
He was inside.
Oh, he said you were outside.
I thought you were going to
No, I
apologize
didn't.
to him because he's a big
No,
lie.
you
to
don't
me.
He said you
listen.
were bonding. He said you were hanging out and bonding.
Justin,
It's in the microphone.
stop. Don't
Wow.
involve people.
Hey, we're only taking A-list podcasters here. None of these assholes behind the bar.
We're professionals, for fuck's sake.
Even
on.
have the music
All right,
bed
so at 10
going
minutes
on.
now, we'll introduce this and let people know that they will be able to enjoy.
If you haven't left at this point and have started a puzzle
For
or...
the record, I just want to say that our video is not able to be revenue shared on YouTube because we used Michael Higgins' Daybreak.
Did we?
Yeah.
I'm
Because
telling
that's
you.
our theme song.
That's
but
not
I got
our
an
theme
email
song.
and it said that we're not allowed to join in revenue sharing because we use
If I don't get a cut of that revenue share...
All 70 people giving us 1/8 of a cent each.
If you're watching
we're
this-
rolling in podcast people.
Sit back and think of all the Bazooka Joes.
If you're listening
that we're
to this,
gonna get from
please
this.
click on the Axe body odor ad to the right of this video. I mean the left.
8
please.
times.
8.
Go back, refresh,
Tell your sister.
return.
Just don't date rape her like everyone else who wears
So
Axe bodies.
please
right?
enjoy the comedy show that we will present to you now in audio format. Does anyone know today's date? This is like a
I got a cellular telephone right
The
here.
19th.
of
19th.
March 19th,
Monday, March
2012. I seriously just
Whatever
almost said
date you're
2011.
listening
I
to.
did
Yeah,
almost say
whatever
Yeah.
date you want it to be. It
The
is.
date this is the date. It happened right before you picked this up. Like say, oh,
Yeah, it's
it
happening
go.
right now.
it's the middle of 2013. You've
Well-
been drunk and you Googled into the YouTube and this came
hope,
up.
We hope
Sookie's
there's a
baby has taken over
2013.
the land.
This happened
Darkness
yesterday.
has fallen. That's
King,
right.
King Snooky's baby. His reign is
All right,
crushing right now.
Enjoy the comedy.
Or not.
Please,
Don't. Well,
You can edit that part out.
well, please.
we don't edit.
We don't edit.
You don't edit?
So that
we don't.
We
try to keep the real.
Because we can't afford editors or because you have too much pride?
Should I just hit the button and let the rest? Yeah.
You
start?
should
Yeah,
hit the button.
Can we turn down the basketball game? It's still a visual thing. You can still see how Miami's doing. Don't want to deprive you of that joy. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Free Comedy Mondays at the Cortland. Give yourselves a round of applause for coming out. Holy shit, you people are excited. This show almost didn't happen, or at least we almost did not have a microphone. My buddy Justin came with the speaker and the mic and a cable. Cable didn't work. So I'm like, what am I going to do? I had to call a friend, go down the street, and get another cable. Pretty much the greatest achievement since Rosa Parks said, oh, I'm not getting off this bus. My legs are tired. Or maybe after JFK's like, yeah, we're going to go to the moon. All day. We're going to spend all day on the moon. Suck it, Russia. I think that was the direct quote from JFK. Thank you for coming out. Good to see people are still sort of conscious after the St. Patrick's Day weekend. Because we don't do it back this weekend, I bet. Oh, God. The level and quality of my material is just... It's almost too much for me to handle, everybody. I'm just in awe of myself, I would say. I spent St. Patrick's Day in New York City, which was just a bad choice. I don't know why I did it. But I went to this bar at about like 2:30, and there was just a lot of Asian people and about 3 real legit people from Ireland, and bought them all around, and we're all drinking. I'm like, so what do you guys do there? We're at a punk rock band, and I'm like, oh, that's great. I'm like, and they're talking like the Chinese guys. It's not racist because they were actually Chinese. I didn't just assume they were Chinese or Japanese. And they're like, are these guys friends? It's like, oh, we just bumped into them. They're members of the Yakuza. We hired them for security for our show. We got them until dawn breaks. And I'm like, oh, that sounds really good. He's like, yeah, I'm enjoying New York City a lot. You know, I'm still trying to figure out if a sidewalk and a footpath are the same thing. I'm trying to decide. I still got to drink a 40, and I still have to break up with my Puerto Rican girlfriend and have her throw all of my clothes out of the window after we break up with each other, like in many of your romantic comedies. I'm like, you have a Puerto Rican girlfriend? He's like, no, but you know, the night's still very young. And he kind of just kept going on, and it was pretty enjoyable. And I was like, how I'm like, why did you? I think it was about 20 minutes. I'm like, why did you actually hire the Yakuza to protect your band during your show? She's like, oh, you didn't hear the news. Jay-Z had Whitney Houston assassinated to make way for his baby into the Illuminati. And I'm like, I did hear that. That was a real thing. And yeah, and a bunch of other things. Somebody made out with a moderately attractive woman after winning 4 games of beer pong. It was a pretty successful night. I broke my laptop and I got electrocuted within like the span of 20 minutes at about like 12:30. Like some asshole went into this party and he had there was like a fire extinguisher and he just not a fire extinguisher, fire detector. And he just he walks into the party, jumps up, knocks the fire detector and runs away. And then about 20 minutes later, I'm like trying to fix it and do it, and I get electrocuted, and I fly down to the floor, and it hurt. There's no punchline here, people. I'm telling you a story from my life that I learned from, which is don't play with electrical wires in a low-rent apartment in Chinatown. What was I gonna say? I just kind of broke up with this girl, and I should have known that the kind of the relationship was just not healthy in any sort of shape or fashion. The first date I took her on was to an independent wrestling show in a warehouse in Deer Park. And as we're leaving this lovely festival, after I bought her 2 bags of dollar popcorn, yeah, ladies, it's like that. She says the following sentence to me, and it kind of just took me aback. She says, by the way, when we're having sex, don't do the Borat voice. And I said, hold the phone. I love the fact that you said when, first of all. I mean, this is not, there's no mystery or an illusion about it. Deal's getting sealed tonight. Back of your grandma's car. It's going down. She's 16, by the way. She's a lovely little girl. She just got an A on her economics essay. I feel really proud for her. Not a real story. But anyway, why on earth would I do, because I don't usually do the Borat voice in general, not even during coitus. I don't bring that out of my repertoire. And she's like, oh, well, I have a giant castle tattooed on my back, and this guy was fucking me from behind one time, and he started saying, King of the Castle, King of the Castle. And I'm like, I think you kind of just told me that so you would get to talk about the giant castle that you have tattooed on your back. I feel like you can make, she wasn't really trying to talk about really, just don't do the Borat voice. I'm worried about this. She's like, no, I want to talk about the fact that I have a giant mystical castle on my back that is full of magic and dragons. And long story short, we ended up going back to her apartment, and I use the term apartment loosely. Is just a room in her grandparents' house. And right before, we're kind of making out a little bit, and she asked me the following question. She's like, do you like blowjobs? And I'm like, no. What? I hate it. They're the worst. They're probably I hate people, 9/11 was bad, and the Holocaust and Pearl Harbor and the wars and blowjobs. I won't talk about them. I'll have no part of it. Just politics and religion and blowjobs I will never speak about. So she was sucking my dick about 14 seconds later, and she actually put the fear of God into my erection, which was kind of weird. She pulled up from the phallus, if you will. There is a giant dick-like instrument in front of me, and she scared the shit out of me. Because she said, by the way, if you don't call me back, I know exactly where you live. Oh, and I felt like I should have got when you're playing a video game on Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3 and you get a trophy when you beat a level. I felt like I should have got a little notification trophy should have just popped up. I was like, you came even though your dick was scared. You have earned 200 PlayStation points. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm bringing up a very round, hilarious man to the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Mo Diggs.
could have called me round and very hilarious, but fair enough. I'm not going to quibble. Guys, see what I have in my right hand? My future. That's what I have. It's nothing, but I'm grasping onto it ever so desperately. Oh, man. Give it up for the magician, guys. Give him a warm round of applause. Love how you belittled that volunteer. Right foot in front of left foot. It's called walking. Going to Alcoholics Anonymous. It's called an option. Oh, man. Humiliating stuff. Well, this time the humiliation only pointed at moi. This guy wanted to find out my ethnicity, so he said, "What are you?" Just like that, right? What are you? And maybe I'm paranoid, ladies and gentlemen, but I feel like that was his way of saying, "Why do I hate you?" So I told him I was Egyptian, and he acted like I got the answer wrong. It's like his face was saying, "I don't know. You sound like a white girl, and you look like a Hawaiian sex offender." I don't think I look like a Hawaiian sex offender, but I'll tell you what I do look like. I look like a bear that's about to mutate into a walrus, but I don't have the confidence to evolve in front of everybody. That was kind of quirky and scientific. Being an Egyptian like myself, a popular racial epithet is a sand monkey. That's a new level of racism, because sand monkeys don't exist in nature. So you made up a species to signify your hatred. That's pretty deep. I don't know. I feel like with my luck, there will be sand monkeys in nature, and they'll exhibit all the worst stereotypes of Middle Eastern people. Like, watch as the sand monkey beats his mate in the face and throws rocks at Jews. Little stupid number. Guys seem hip. You guys seem hip to the news, right? Yes? Good. Very topical, very informed, very intelligent. I wouldn't be here if it was otherwise. You guys have read Gawker, I'm sure. You heard about the NYPD kind of surveilling Middle Eastern communities, right? You guys are not going to believe me. I actually have the report. They were surveilling me. Can you believe it? I have the report right here for you guys to hear. You guys want to hear it? Yeah! Guys, excited? To hear democracy? All right. This is the report on me that the NYPD had. 7 a.m. Suspect watched episode of Fringe while drinking oatmeal out of a plastic cup. 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Suspect cried softly to himself at work while listening to the Hello Dolly soundtrack. 6 p.m. Suspect ate Italian food until he threw up, or as he calls it, orgasmed. And then the guy shot himself because he was too depressed after watching me for that long. It's not a real report, guys. I don't know if I... Big fan of the show Boardwalk Empire, which is not on the air now, but whatever. What is the thing I like about the... Because, you know, if you think gangster music is scary, the 20s music was even scarier. The shit that the gangsters bumped in the 20s, that was really scary stuff. I mean, 20s music always sounds like it's sung by a rich pedophile that's only allowed to sing about certain body parts, you know what I'm saying? Women, I fly you to the moon, my little girl, I love your covered arms, my sweet arms. And the girl comes out, she looks like she just started to learn how to talk. I like my man with lots of cash, boop, boop, ba-doop. And I think the only way that they could be creepier would be if they sang about the popular social causes of the day. Women shouldn't be allowed to vote. The KKK's kind of awesome. Immigrants are second-class citizens, and blackface is still socially acceptable. Guys, I dress like this. Sometimes I have to go for job interviews, and I can't dress like this, which sucks, because whenever I wear a suit, I look like the vice president of sadness. Which sucks, because, you know, it's hard being single. Look, it gets worse, because, like, I don't know, I feel like I look tough, but I sound very... I'm just saying, if I called one of you girls, if you heard me on the phone, you'd be like, oh, yeah, I can't wait to reject this guy in person. I can't wait. But then if you saw me outside your door, you'd call the cops. And the only reason you'd call the cops is because you didn't have the Air Force's phone number. That's the only reason why you wouldn't resort to a higher branch of, yeah, that's good. So, but in all seriousness, the fuck was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Haven't done this joke in such a long time. Oh yeah, because I think personally, big brown guys can get ladies. That's the truth. It's just my personality is what sucks. I think I need to act like a Puerto Rican gangster. You know what I mean? Like, hey yo, what's up, mommy? Make it hot. Sexy, right? I told you. You can't resist. Oh, all right. Gay marriage, big topic. I love how people make the argument against gay marriage and they say that it's unnatural. Have you heard this argument that it's unnatural? Yeah, well, you know what is natural? Apparently 11-year-olds can get pregnant and dolphins can rape swimming instructors with flexible penises. So, sorry, I'll take my unnatural sex. Thank you very much. People will hear that and say, well, listen, it's all part of God's plan. Don't judge. What's God's plan with the dolphins? To make them less cute? Because you don't need to give them flexible rape penises for that. You could just give them eyebrows. Give them bushy unibrows. That'll do the trick just fine. You know what is unnatural? Having sex in space. But who doesn't want to have sex in space in this room? Are you kidding me? That's amazing. And I think that's the next scapegoat for the Republicans. They're going to sit there and be like, these space fuckers are moving into my neighborhood. I don't want them. My son, liberal arts college in Connecticut. I'm going to get a little sober here for a few seconds, a little serious. I was an outcast when I was 12 years old. Was everyone here? You were an outcast, right? You know what it's like, right? No? Okay, fine. Well, I was. It was hard. You know, I was growing up overweight, Egyptian. It was weird. And I was 12. But then one day I was in the pool, masturbating, and I felt the thrill of orgasming and weightlessness. That's right, guys. I'm a space fucking American, and I'm proud of it, goddammit. I don't care. I just love screaming that. I don't care how that... Oh, okay. I do hope for an end to racism. You guys hope for most racism I want to end. Most of it. But I do want to see a racist hippie. Who doesn't want to see a racist hippie? Wouldn't that be hilarious? If you saw like a racist hippie who just had like environmental justifications for his hatred. Like, oh dude, I love Mexicans, man. We gotta keep them in the natural habitat in the river, man. We can't let them get on the mainland. Oh dude, I love Italians, man, but we can't have them in the water. They're polluting the water with their oil, and they're polluting the shores with their oil, man. Oh, and we can't bury Italians underground because they put too much unnatural product in their hair, and it's non-biodegradable, man. Oh, and I hate Samoans, too. They're fat, and they have a huge carbon footprint, man. I hate Arabs because they're not cool, man. I just hate them. They're not cool, man. All right, well, guys, I think the 60s taught us a lot of good things. One of them is free love. There absolutely should be free love, but I think everybody in this bar would be a lot better off if they focused their hatred on just one person. Just find one person in your life to hate. They say you're supposed to love one person? Nah, man, free love. Hate one person. Hitler hated Jews. Wouldn't this world be a better place if Hitler just hated Morty? Come on, man. Wouldn't history have been... A lot of comedians like to talk about Hitler, but nowhere near as many like to talk about Mussolini. Ever notice that? You remember Mussolini? The other white totalitarian dictator, that guy? I asked my coworker what she knew about Mussolini, and I swear this is what she said. She was like, oh yeah, Mussolini. He was around during Hitler time. Yep, Hitler time. From the album, Please Hitler Don't Hurt Him. Stop, Hitler time. Every time you see me, the Hitler's just so hype. I started a war and I'm down with the right. Can't forgive this. Hitler time? What is Hitler time? Is that a unit of time in which 6 million seconds go by and your uncle denies it? All right, I'll stop. The point being that I think the reason why Hitler, they talk about him more, Hitler, that's a scary name, don't you think? It's a foreboding name. Hitler. Mussolini. Sounds like a brand of sunglasses a rapper name drops in a song, you know what I mean? Got hoes wearing bikinis, rocking my Mussolinis. Yeah! On that very bizarre note, it has been 10 minutes and 48 seconds, and I believe that's my time. Thank you, good night. And give it up for your bartender, and give it up for Tim, and enjoy the rest of the magic. Thank you.
Mo Diggs, everybody. I want to thank you for thanking the bartender before me. She's doing a much better job than I am. I'm just in the back looking at breaking news. Santorum and Romney. Khakis versus rolled up sleeves. Chocolate ice cream or Rocky Road ice cream with small chunks of fudge inside of it. Anyway, God, that killed. I mean, let's just take a step back for a second and realize, oh my God, I'm watching the Mona Lisa being painted right now. That's the quality you're getting. Hitler time. That was pretty funny. I think I can calculate Hitler time, I think. I feel like I think you subtract a second from Eastern Standard Time for every Jew that died. So it's like 1 million or 3 million seconds less. So it's like maybe a week ago. It also sounds like he's hosting like a morning show in the 70s on like local Chicago radio. Welcome back to Hitler Time. We're just talking about the new Jackson 5 record. It's very good. Or like a prestigious brand of watch. It's just like, I don't usually look for time. Hitler does it for me. And it's just a woman, just slow pans with just an elegant woman just making just kind of, that's a sensual gesture. Just putting my remote on my coffee table because I don't want to spill nacho cheese on it. You were talking about surveillance for a little bit. I realized that if someone actually because I used to do a lot of, what do you call that? LSD, right? And I'd get like paranoid at like those random moments like, there's someone's watching me, and I'm like, no, you're just on drugs. But I realized like that would just be the worst, shittiest intel, right? That would just be like, oh, he tried to masturbate for a third time, but then decided to throw a bunch of American cheese on some nachos and rewatch Shallow Hal on FX. You know, it's not as good, Shallow Hal, once they take off all the really diverse swear words on it. It's life lessons I'm teaching you people. Fucking eat them down with your throat. I got a great guy coming up to the stage. Half Jewish? Yeah, all right. Just wondering. Ladies and gentlemen, my partner in crime, and also space crime and time crime, kick your scarf to the stage. Justin Gentile, everybody.
You're not supposed to talk about the space-time crime, asshole. Excuse me. Hi. How's everyone doing tonight? Thank you. My name is Justin. I am an alcohol. This is the wrong meeting. This is the wrong meeting. I'm sorry. No, we're doing stand-up comedy tonight. That's right. I prepared a lot of jokes. I'm a little upset the crowd's a little older than I thought it would be. I really wanted to do all my Coney material tonight, but really that only kills with kids. So, you'll get that later. Google it. Don't worry about it. I just went to get Chinese food with my mom before I was kidnapped to come to the show. Thank you. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. And there was a woman sitting at the table next to us, and she was looking at pictures of the owner's new restaurant in the city, and I kept a tally because she said, "Oh my God," 60 times. I swear to my God. She said, "Except Joe." Oh my God. Oh my God. And who's that? Russell Simmons? Oh my God. Like, that bitch better be Hindu with that many gods We obviously don't have any theology students in the house tonight either. Guys, come on. The other thing that upset me today is I got a phone message. This is one of my least favorite things in the world. Somebody leaves you a voicemail for the wrong person. I worked very hard. I recorded it many times. Hi, my name is Justin. Please leave me a message with your name and number and I'll get back to you. And I still get these messages that are like, Nancy, it's Carol. Call me back at your early... Carol, get out of here. Call me back at your earliest convenience. Like, bitch, Carol don't live here anymore. She doesn't live here anymore. Don't worry about that. But it's like they don't listen to a word I said. I'm a little awkward this week, too, because I had to go to a funeral this week. I had to drink my sorrow away. Thank you. I went to a funeral this week for a 17-year-old who committed suicide. It was extremely sad. Really, really sad. And on the way out, you know, there's one guy, and he works at the funeral home, and he opens the door at the funeral home. It's his only job. The guy's a saint. And on the way out, he opened the door for me, and I was like, hey, thanks. Have a great night. And the guy goes, okay, which is the acceptable answer if you open doors at a funeral home. When somebody says great night, you don't say, are you a fucking idiot? Like, there are people lined up around this building. It's going to be a pretty long night. You say, okay, and you don't take it out on the person's cousin. My friend told me he wants to go back to school this week, and he wants to go to school in Florida because his parents live in Florida. He said he wants to go there because that's where he has residency. That's where he can get in-school tuition. And I basically had to tell my friend, Scott, going to college in Florida, that's a lot like going to the zoo in Mississippi. And he's like, what do you mean? And I was like, well, you could do it, but you're probably not going to see anything cool. Thank you. Coming from someone who didn't go to school in Florida. Am I offending any University of Tampa alumni? I'm sorry. Do we have any UTamp people here? No? I'll keep my Stony Brook material off the table, folks. Don't worry. I had a job interview this week where I went up to the gentleman, introduced myself. Within 5 seconds of the interview, he literally said to me, I'm sorry, but your breath is knocking me out right now. So I got the job, right? I got the job, guys. I'm so glad I didn't write this beforehand, because if I did, I'd be so disappointed in myself. I think the real problem is standing here. It doesn't assert confidence the way that you want to assert confidence. You know, in the wild, you never see a lion standing up next to a bar trying to talk to 20 other lions. You guys, on a scale of 1 to 10, how violated is my dog when I masturbate with her in the room? Well, I'm seriously no. 7? Really? Because, like, I pick up her shit all day. And this is, like, kind of an arrangement we have where I pick up her shit and feed her and she can't complain while I whack it and she's on the bed. Is that not fair? No? Mo's a cat guy, whatever. English is an amazing language. I'm going to end on this note. When you think about it, it's really something. English, just as a whole, there are words for everything. There's beautiful descriptive moments. Like, do you guys know what a Cleveland steamer is? You guys know what that is, right? A Cleveland steamer is when, I guess, a willing woman participant or whoever has somebody take a dump on their chest. It's a Cleveland steamer. We have a name for that. We have words that describe, I can order that on a tab. I can go to the Bunny Ranch, say, give me a Cleveland steamer, and they'll know what I'm talking about. And as a 24-year-old man, I have moments in my day that are indescribable. You know, I get moments of discomfort or depression or awe, and they wash over me in like a wave of confusion and agony, and I try so hard and I struggle to figure out ways to express myself. But if I wanted a blowjob on a toilet, I know exactly how to order it. Thank you guys very much. My name was Justin Gentile. We're going to get Tim inside from the cigarette break. Have a great night. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Justin Gentile, everybody.
24-year-old man is kind of, I don't know. I'd say childish boy of wonder and imagination, maybe. Huh? Oh, because that was a compliment, right? Yeah, totally. Yeah. I got into some trouble recently, and it actually wasn't my fault, and I didn't do anything wrong. I was buying some shrimp for a big barbecue that we were doing, and I had left my wallet in the car, and I walked out. I saw a Stop and Shop employee just standing right outside of the door. I'm like, okay, I could just ask her to watch my bag for a second, and I will go get my wallet. I walked outside, and I got this sentence out. I was like, excuse me, miss, can you watch my bleh? And then I got tackled by a 5'4", very strong African-American gentleman who had thought I was trying to run away with shrimp. And they took me into the back and said, like, well, you know, you can't walk outside of a store. I'm like, yeah, but I was kind of in the middle of talking to an employee to watch my bag and da-da-da. And they're like, all right, we'll just have to write you a ticket. I'm like, why am I even in cuffs right now? It's not like I'm the Gilgo Beach killer. That's a direct quote. That's not me making up hilarious stories for comedy benefit. That's me. It's like, oh yeah, I'm going to say Gilgo Beach killer while in handcuffs. Like, yeah, no reason to bring me down to the station. I'm not the Gilgo Beach killer. There were two cops in the Stop and Shop security room. One of them leaves and then comes back and whispers in the other cop's ear, and the cop just looks at him and she goes, really? Okay. Other cop goes away. He's like, yeah, we're going to have to take you down to the station for a DNA swab. I've never done that before. So I went down and they swabbed me, and $120 later I was a free man. And it's a lot of fun, my life, is the point I'm trying to make. Not since Hunter S. Thompson first wrote Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas has there been a guy as prolific as this sort of action going on. Not true at all. I'm going to shut the fuck up because, you know, my lawyers, really quick, they keep telling me that they're actually not lawyers, that they're producers on the show, Franklin and Bash, and I should stop emailing them. Period. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a beautiful woman and a hilarious lady coming up to the stage. Her name is Melanie Englert, and I always feel like I'm mispronouncing that last name, but Melanie Englert, everybody.
All right, Tim McGorry, everybody. Let's give him a round of applause, shall we? Woo! Yeah, Tim McGorry saved the night. Brought a microphone that works. Amazing. This is so weird, man. I should what if you were like 5'1"? Would the set look like this? Like a disembodied head is sitting on the bar? You guys drinking beer? No beer drinkers here. Alcohol, come on. You burned out from St. Patrick's Day? Did you guys drink a lot? Yes? No? Nobody drinks on St. Patrick's Day anymore? You're all so for the crowd. Come on, help me out here, people. Yeah! Well, I love beer. Beer is traditional, beer is historic, it's legal. Benjamin Franklin said about beer, he said, beer is proof that God loves us and wants us to be happy. He said the same thing about slavery as well, so I wouldn't take that to the bank. Beer. Justin before was talking about going to a wake because, you know, he wanted to bring the room up. And this is interesting. The first wake I ever went to was for my Uncle Red, who followed a long family tradition and died of alcoholism. And as I was leaning over the coffin to say goodbye, I heard this disembodied voice behind me say, "He's not dead, he's just drunk." Just a little look into my family darkness there. But I was driving with a girlfriend of mine the other day, and I got to a red light. And of course I started texting because, you know, that's what you do at red lights now, aside from stop sometimes. And she says to me, she's like, you know, that's the same as driving drunk. I'm like, no, it's not. No, man. Driving drunk is fun. Right? Driving drunk is fun. Good old days, driving drunk. It has its, you know, it has its repercussions, though. One time, you know, friends of mine, we were all kind of like half in the band. We were really, like, fully loaded. And I said, hey, you know, let's all get in my car and drive into the city and, like, complete the mission. So, like, 8 of us packed into my Volkswagen, and we're driving into the city. We drive, you know, into the tunnel, Midtown Tunnel. Of course, there's, like, a ton of traffic, stop and go, you know. They're like, come on, man, I'm losing my buzz, I'm losing the buzz. I'm like, I know, I'm going as fast as I can. Come out of the tunnel, and, again, all stop and go traffic. Finally, we come to a dead stop. 10 minutes goes by, half an hour. They're like, come on, man, the rest of the traffic's moving. Get this guy out of our way. Come on. I'm like, hold on, I'm going to take care of this. Get out of my car, go up to the side of the car. I'm like, hey, asshole. Car was parked. This was a parked vehicle with a sign on it that said, ran out of gas. Please don't tow me. Yeah. I figured I would pick this place for the new material because, you know, nobody's heard of it, so... what else do I want to talk about? Dee-wees, let's see, piñatas. You know, you guys ever play shotgun piñata? One person? That's it, man? Piñatas aren't fun anymore? Shotgun a beer, try to hit the piñata? It's awesome, man. Yeah, that sounds like fun. He's like, hey, I got an idea for this weekend. Let's pick up a piñata and shotgun it. Anyway, shotgunning a piñata at my parents' house, and I tricked my mother into doing it. And it's interesting, she couldn't hit the piñata until I told her, you know, pretend it's your kids. Because we remember beatings, right? Remember beatings? Yeah. Beatings were great, you know. I heard a story of Hope the other day. A friend of mine was babysitting, and she's, like, trying to show this little girl geometry or whatever you do with a ruler. And the little girl's like, oh, that's the ruler my mother hits me with. We can't use that one. And I was like, that's great. 2012, they're still using rulers. It's fantastic, you know. My mother, you know, my parents used to beat me every day, you know, if I was being too noisy, if I was breathing too loud, if I was breathing, it didn't matter. They used to beat me in the middle of another beating. When I went to sleep at night, I dreamt about beatings. When I wasn't getting beat, I often wondered, was there another version of me getting a beating in an alternate universe? And one day my father comes home, my mother was beating me. And without even knowing why he's going to start beating me, he starts beating me. And it was weird, right in the middle of it, he says to my mother, I got your back, Mary. Because, you know, this is a fucking bar fight, right? This isn't your children. And now they're like, well, we didn't know it was bad to do back then. We didn't know any better. Like, you know, yeah, nobody knows it's horrible to beat up little children, you know. 3'4", 6'4", it's the same thing, you know. Doesn't mean anything. Hey, is there any formerly fat people here? Anybody losing weight? Yeah. Formerly fat. I know it's really hard to find those people these days, isn't it? I lost 47 pounds in the past year. Right? Yeah. You know, I used to be the fat kid. And I ran into this girl the other day who knew me when I was fat. And she used to actually, you know, abuse the privilege and point out quite a bit during the school days how fat I was. And she says to me, Melanie, oh my God, you lost so much weight. Are you on a diet? Are you working out? I'm like, I'm dying. All right, yeah, apparently so is that joke. I don't know. The slow burn. Yes, come to the bar and talk about dying. Hey, speaking of dying, let me think about this. I flew to, anybody been in California? Nobody? Yay! Finally, some people left Suffolk County. I can't believe it. I flew to California last year, San Francisco in particular. Very interesting flight. They sat me next to this guy who smelled so bad that halfway through the flight, I didn't care anymore if the plane would crash. I was waiting for like a mid-air collision. I was trying to peek into the cockpit, see if the pilot was Egyptian. On my way back from the bathroom, I'm going down the aisle. God is great! God is great! Anybody? God is great. Terrorist? Anybody on this plane? But I have kind of an interesting job. I program networks because like I'm a computer geek, you know. This is like, you know, flannels and computer geeks, they go hand in hand. And I was actually recently in the control tower of the airport. I can't say what airport. because they'll throw me in prison for life, and I don't even know what they'll do. But anyway, it was interesting. There's this klaxon horn constantly going off overhead, just bam, bam, bam. I say to the manager, man, that would drive me crazy if I had to be in that all day. He's like, it drives everybody crazy. I'm like, well, what is it? He's like, that's the collision avoidance system. When two or more planes get too close to one another, it goes off to avoid a collision. It's quite a nuisance, actually. I'm like, wow, that's something. Hey, you know what's an even bigger nuisance? When two or more planes collide into each other. I could think of a better one than that, yeah. Anybody here have like horrible minimum wage jobs or anything? Or jobs, period? Anybody have a job? Ah, thank God, yeah. I know Tim Thomson has a job. He looks as tired as I do. But I used to work in this supermarket, and I used to close with my ex-boyfriend. He was my ex-boyfriend because he cheated on me with somebody in the supermarket. Terrible person. Terrible, right? Well, one night he managed to lock himself in the walk-in freezer. I can hear him thumping away in there, let me out. As much as I hate this guy, I gotta do the right thing. So I go to the bathroom. Number 2, I read an excellent article on the extinction of stick shifts in automobiles. I made a phone call, I saved 15%. I did some in-store shopping. I didn't do, it wasn't very long, maybe about 20 minutes worth. And finally, when I figured he was sufficiently frozen, that is, that he had been punished enough for his transgressions against me. One beer, and I can't say transgressions, by the way. I opened up the freezer, I let him out, and he says to me, Melanie, I think you saved my life. I'm like, no. I think I let you live. Yeah. Let's bring this down to the darkest level of hell possible. All right, I guess I'll end it on this. I'm kind of a car buff, and anybody here car buffs, or am I, grasping for air on Mars here? I don't know. Woo! Yeah. So I'm a big car buff. I actually work on cars in my spare time. And last weekend I did some engine work for a friend's car. Finally gets in touch with me today. He said, Melanie, the car's running great. What was wrong? I'm like, well, the timing was way too far advanced, so I retarded it a few degrees. Runs a lot better now. He's like, wow, that's great. Yeah, that's fantastic. Wow. Hey, listen, just so you know, there's a movement to get rid of that word. What word? The R word. What R word? Retarded. Some people find it offensive. I'm like, well, I didn't mean any offense. I was just using some automotive parlance. Well, can't you find a different automotive parlance? I'm like, sure, I guess I could say I deviated the timing, but that would sound retarded. All right, let's bring up our host with the most, Tim McGorry with the t-shirt that says McGorry. Yeah. Did you give me a light, by the way?
Huh?
Did you give me a light, or was that a beer?
A what?
Did you give me a light or no?
No.
Okay. Good man.
Ladies and gentlemen, Melanie Englert.
You hit a lot of great themes there, Melanie. There was the child abuse theme, which I thought was good. My father never hit me as a kid. He used to throw shit at me, but as a result, I got really good at dodgeball. I'm just kidding. He hit me a lot. I have a new approach for kind of hitting on women. Melanie was talking a little bit about people who used to be fat, and now they're not anymore. And I thought, oh, what are the chances of that? Because that's my new strategy. Because I'm not in the best shape right now. I weigh about an eighth of a ton. A ton is, what, 2,000 pounds, right? Yes. Right. So I weigh an eighth of a ton right now, which sounds like just a lot, and it is. But as opposed to being a guy that used to be in really good shape and is now kind of moderately fat, I'm going to be like, a woman's like, listen, I don't want to talk to you. You're obviously a fat piece of shit, and I really, you smell bad, I don't want to talk to you. I'm like, excuse me, ma'am, I used to weigh 420 pounds. I've lost 210 pounds in the last 7 months. I've put a lot of effort into this body. This is the best I've ever been. And I think, like, if you subtract that, like, if it's like, you have the, like, it's better. is my point. That joke took 8 months to write. I consulted with a lot of noted physicians to test out the humor of that joke. It's kind of hard for me to find clothes that fit because everything I've owned since high school. So it's really, I've actually found a nice, really good clothing store. It's kind of off the beaten path. It's in New Jersey. It's called the Arby's Gift Shop. Hey, try a new Jamocha milkshake, it's good mood food. Anyway, I know you're thinking to yourself, I wish Tim could talk for another 30 minutes. I'm gonna pull back on that, let you tease you a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a great man coming to the stage. Probably one of the most, is he still in the bathroom? Oh, wait. Ladies and gentlemen, the bearded wonder that is Mike Abrusci. Put your hands together. There's enough problems with this mic as it is.
Sorry, guys. I was just in the demilitarized zone that is the men's bathroom. Someone drop-kicked the toilet seat off first. The best part about Tim's shrimp story is that he just blew out that nice girl's eardrum while laughing at that. And that after he got arrested, he forgot to note that I was still sitting in his car.
Very true.
So I had to drive his mother's Toyota RAV4 to the West Babylon police station with an expired learner's permit. They didn't check if I could legally drive. They're like, oh, well, this asshole's all arrested in the back seat, so go on and drive it there, Beardy. I don't give a shit about you. What, all the fake synthetic weed that you had? The 19 jars of K2? I don't remember. What? Tampons?
The dope.
What?
When they found the dope.
I don't-
That's not what I meant.
This is, you guys are killing my killer shrimp bit. I'm fucking crushing up here. You guys are swatting away my slam dunks. Now let's get ready to laugh a little less. Because these are my written jokes. Everyone's getting real somber tonight, so I figured I might as well too. You guys know how they always say the one you love always hurts you the most? That's why I gave myself a Charlie horse while masturbating recently. It was awesome. Sometimes I'll just go to karaoke and sing a song right at my hand. Doctor, doctor, give me the news. You know the song. I don't have to sing the whole fucking thing at you. Shut up. This one's angry drunk dad stand-up night. I'm gonna tell a half a joke and tell you to shut up before you get it. Yeah, you guys get it. Fuck you. But I'm probably I feel like I'm the youngest guy in here. You, sir, Harry Potter. How old are you? 23. All right, we're rocking the same age right now, but I look way worse. I look like a pharaoh's second-hand man that just got thrown into a pyramid with him after he died. They're like, oh, you don't fucking know this guy, but whatever. We'll let that facial hair grow for a while. I look like Ted Kaczynski's brother who listens to too much of the Smiths. And that's my time. No. But being young is cool, because everything I say, obviously, doesn't matter at all. It's awesome. I'm going to keep banging away these questions at you, because you're the closest one to me that I don't know personally. Do you know what clouds are made of? Yeah. What? Give me an answer. You can't just say, yeah. It's like, what are they made of? Water vapor. Wrong. It's not water vapor. That's what the lizard people who run this country want you to think they're made of. Thanks, everyone. Yeah. Thanks, all my other Ancient Aliens watchers in the back. The answer is teenagers' opinions. Aww. They just all float up into the ether and get all cumulus-y. Which is a word, by the way. But it's cool. I'm kind of on the precipice of being still pretty young. Young enough that people don't expect anything of me, but old enough that I have to figure things out for myself. Like, my mom still wakes me up to go to work, but I gotta get there somehow. And it's all right. But I'm the last generation of people who watched porn on a VHS tape. My first and only, Justin and I, that was up here before, have a podcast that you guys obviously have all listened to, so you know this story already. That's a joke too. But yeah, the first and last VHS porn I ever owned, someone handed to me out of a car window while driving away. Like, yeah, you look like you need this, and just gave it to me. And the title of that was Anal Town, USA, Volume 2. Because apparently the first one, smash hit. Oh, it was great. I don't know where that tape is. I had it one day, now it's gone. I think my mom took it. This was yesterday, by the way. Someone gave it to me yesterday. It was good. I feel like I can tell some antiquated, they would seem antiquated to like high school kids, like, oh, I remember I was getting a hand job and my mom kept paging me that she was out front, that she was there on my beeper. And if you look at a kid who's in high school and they'll go, a what? And a what? Because high school kids go straight to anal now, by the way. You guys didn't know, because they're still virgins and you can be buried in a Christian cemetery. It's a real thing. Look it up. Read a fucking book, guys. Speaking of porn, you guys are all obviously big news readers. But Rick Santorum says that if he's elected president, he wants to ban hardcore pornography forever. Boo. That's right. Anyone who booed does not have an active imagination. Like me. I can go wild on my mom's Dress Barn catalog. I don't need your crazy porns. I don't need it. Open up your mind. Take a little peyote, pop open that Lane Bryant ad, and go wild. My friend said the stupidest thing he's ever said to me in his entire life recently. He looked at me and said, I could never date a girl who makes more money than I do. That's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard. If I could just lay on a couch all day, reading my old Simpsons comic books that I just bought, and our whole relationship was just butterfly kisses and Klondike bars, that would be the best. Oh, that would be so good. I only have two things that for a girl I'm gonna date. One, you have to be a girl. That's it. You can't, I'm not swaying on that one. I know it's the 90s and we're all freaky deaky, but if you're not a girl, I'm sorry. Unless you have nice boobs. Well, then let's go, Johnny. But number two, and this is hard and fast, she cannot eat at Taco Bell. Ever. And the thing is, I ate at Taco Bell right before I got here. Like, literally, as I was driving, passengering here, I was eating it. Thinking, I need you to be better than me. I can't love you while I'm looking at you eat refried beans that come from a trough. I can't do it. Guilt me into eating a spinach salad. Do something. I can't handle it. What other dumb things that you don't care about? Let's see. You guys know those little stickers on the back of cars now, the little stick figure drawings, the little mom, yeah, you guys are nodding. That's good enough for me. Those are almost words. But you know how it usually goes, mom, dad, kid, dog, grandma's casket, whatever. I saw the greatest one I've ever seen recently. And it went, Dad, space where the mom used to be, kid. And there's only two ways you can go with that one. One, they are recently divorced and he's very bitter about his ex-wife's stick figure likeness on his Ford Windstar. Or, she's dead and he's an asshole. Like he ran out there with the razor blade like, oh, this dead cunt's not getting me any new pussy, so I better get her off this window. That's just my excuse to say the word pussy and not feel weird. Any other time I say it, I feel like my blood's made of worms. I get all weird. Here's the thing I found out you're not supposed to do, ever. You're not supposed to sit in your friend's 1993 Toyota Camry and look him in the eyes while you sing the whole chorus to Tiffany's great hit, I think we're alone now. You're not supposed to look another bearded man in the eye and go, I think we're alone now. There doesn't seem to be anyone around. I think we're alone now. The beating of our hearts is the only sound. Let's go check out the clearance rack at Old Navy. Come on. Me and you. And then we did, and it was great. I got a new shirt. Not this one. You guys couldn't tell I rolled out of bed in my finest pajamas and came here to entertain all of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. My beard is still caked with drool, so ladies, what's up? Just gonna keep doing that one until a girl takes her shirt. Until I get wheeled out of here. Anyway, on with the joke. Shut up. This is the only time I have self-confidence, by the way. Any other time I can't even look a girl in the eye. I only know my ex-girlfriends by what shoes they're wearing. But someone tried to steal. Are you telling me it's my time, or are you just getting closer to me? Trying to touch my beard with your mustache hairs? Make a world's grossest Brillo pad?
I don't want to run up.
All right. But recently someone tried to steal my identity. So that was cool for them. Good job, internet sleuths. Guess they didn't realize the only things I had to my name were a maxed out credit card and a $3,600 hospital bill for pulling a muscle in my testicles trying to skateboard. Tony Hawk, I am not. Here's the worst part about pulling a muscle in your testicles. You have to tell someone about that. They have to know. So after searching up WebMD for a while at 2 in the morning on a Friday and crying in a ball eating a slice of pizza, I thought I had what is known as testicular torsion, which is when your testicle spins around and the air is cut off and your testicle can die forever, like Lassie. But the thing is, 2 days before I was searching home vasectomy tryouts. Let's see if I can just snip it. I don't really need a doctor. I can cut things. I graduated the 3rd grade. I got this. I got this one myself. But I think that I have never made someone's night more than the 22-year-old Asian med student who was knee-deep in my testicles. And by knee, I meant nose, but whatever. You guys don't know that joke, and I do, so that's the way it's supposed to go. The best part is they had to call a woman in to give me a sonogram on my no-no spots. And that's the best part. Hey, Sheila, come on in and rub some cold grape jelly on this guy's fun bag. Root around in it for a while. That's how you want to spend your Fridays, right? Nice job going to medical school. That's what you get. I dropped out of high school, and I'm killing it, guys. Thanks a lot. Just had my dad drive me to the DMV to get my learner's permit for the 2nd time. So life is going good. Let's see, what am I going to end on? I'm going to end on this. It's a fun game I just invented, and it's called Have You Ever? And by a crazy, wild round of applause after each sentence, you're going to need to know who's done each of these things. Have you ever rode your grandmother's beach cruiser to the beach alone to eat an entire pint of vegan ice cream and watch the waves roll away the sand that is your life? Just me. That's it? All right. Have you ever laid in bed for a month watching the movie Reality Bites on repeat while eating the same pizza every day? Just me. All right. Have you ever started a joke and not known how to finish it and you just keep staring at the magician? Or is that just me? All right, guys, that was my time. I was Mike Abrusci. Thanks a lot.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Abrusci. I feel like if we had to form like a guild for poverty, like you'd be like the main speaker. Because you're not that poor because you have an N64. So there's like people who can't eat in the world and you still get to eat pizza and have an N64. So I think you're still ahead of it. I'm crazy super poor. Like I get to play this game at the end of every week because you have to turn poverty into a bit of a game. Like otherwise you could just say, oh, I don't have everything I want, everything's not shitty, we're just gonna go it's okay. So I play this game at the end of every week called Haircut or Laundry. Where I decide whether or not I get a haircut or do my laundry, and laundry keeps winning. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. What was I gonna say? Hey, who wants to hear some 4-month-old material, everybody? Let's do it, 4-month-old material. So, New Year's was crazy, right, you guys? I made a New Year's resolution myself. It wasn't really a New Year's resolution so much as it was a list of words I'm going to stop searching into the search engines on the porn sites that I frequent. And I know you're thinking to yourself, oh, Tim, that's not really a good thing. No, it is. It's a great thing. Because, like, I've held up in the last 4 months. Like, I haven't searched embarrassed at all. Like, because I don't watch the porn either. I just watch, like, the first 2 or 3 minutes when they're just sort of going back and forth. And embarrassed is usually, like, just a guy with, like, a micro penis. And a girl just like, oh, well, that's just awful. I don't search on fire anymore because those scars don't heal. And I don't search racist anymore. And like I said, I don't watch the racist ones all the way through, but I will stop at the point where it's really always an interview with a girl from the South. And she's like, if my father knew that I was gonna have sex with a black guy right now, he would be so upset. Gagonk. I think her father probably would be upset just for being paid to do sex on camera. It's not like her father's yelling at some barbecue. He's like, oh, John, hey, how's your daughter doing? She's still doing interracial porn? My daughter's fucking white guys for cash. Eat it, John. We got another hilarious woman coming to the stage. Her name is Jessica Collazo, and I want you to give her several rounds of your applause. Ladies and gentlemen, Jess Collazo. Here you go.
Thank you. Oh.
I'll never get that right.
Okay. Hey, keep it going for Timothy. Yay. I was not gonna do this, but he brought up interracial porn, so I'm sorry. I just gotta go there. And plus, it's Mo's favorite joke, so it's not actually a joke, though. I used to work at an adult store. Some of you might know it. Expressions. Yeah. Oh, thank you. And I did have to watch a lot of interracial porn. Not because I wanted to, but because the titles were fucking hilarious. Like, is yo daddy home? Spelled I-Z-Y-O. All up in her grill. And all the girls actually have, like, grills, you know? And there was this one in particular, this is real, I'm not being racist or making this up in any way. It was called, oh no, there's a Negro in my daughter. And it wasn't like any porn I've ever seen in my fucking life. It was just like, there was no foreplay at all. The girl just starts having sex with a black guy, and the dad walks in and starts yelling at her and sits on the couch next to her and doesn't leave. He just stays there the whole time. And he starts yelling things at her like, oh, you better not come. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Are you glad I did this? I don't know if I am. And then there was another part of that whole franchise called, oh no, there's a Negro in my mom. Which is basically the same deal, except it's the kid walking in on the mom. And there was one scene where, you know, it's like a daughter walking in her mom having sex with a Negro. And she's like, oh, come on, Mom, you're embarrassing me, ew, you know. Normal, you know. And then there's one where this mother is having sex with, I don't want to say her Negro, that sounds wrong, the Negro, and that's bad. And sitting next to them on the couch is her son, who is wearing a helmet. And he gets up and starts banging his head on the dresser. And she has to stop having sex with the Negro to be like, oh, no, honey, sit back down. And she puts like a seatbelt on him on the couch. And I swear I am not making that up. So if you want to look that up. There's another one. I honestly don't remember the name of it. But this white woman was giving fellatio to a black man. And she starts throwing up on his penis. and he just looks down and goes, yeah, that's that gangster shit. God. This is all real. And the rest of it is going to be horrible. The rest of my real jokes are going to be awful. But I'm glad you enjoyed that. Do we have any Irish people in here? Like real deal Irish? You're the only one, huh? And you're going outside. Oh, you are? Okay, all right. So let me ask you a question, because my boyfriend is Irish, and he does like these annual St. Paddy's Day traditions. I want to know if this is for real, because what he does is he wakes me up in the morning with the awful smell of corned beef and cabbage. And then when I go into the kitchen to yell at him, he drop kicks me in the ovaries and tries to put a potato in my vagina. Is that a real tradition?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Good. Is anyone here from Bayshore? You guys live around here? No? Damn it. This is not going to work. Does anyone like hang out around here? Have you ever seen this fucking homeless guy? His name is Ray. All right, don't ask me how I know his name. But like, he does these, like, he makes little tinfoil like creatures and stuff, and he lays on top of the dumpster like this, you know, like posing. And he has a boombox for some reason that blasts Madonna while he's doing this. And he's just fucking awesome. I love him. So I wish he was here right now. That's why I wanted to know if anyone was from here, if you had his number. I really I just want to hang out with him. He's just really cool, you know? Because I used to work around here. I worked in that building right next to the soup kitchen over there. And when I came outside for lunch, he'd be there. And he would always say, like, the craziest shit, like, how long have you been working for the Legion of Doom? I'm like, not long enough. I don't have Dr. Doom's cape yet. That guy was awesome. All right. Yeah, so I like 2012. You guys like 2012? Yeah? Yeah, all right. Yeah, I like it because I got fired. It's off to a good start, right? I got called into the office and they were like, oh, you were absent 65 days last year. Apparently that's a really big deal. So I kind of knew I was going to get fired. I just didn't know how I was going to react to it because it had never happened before. I didn't cry, but my butthole did. Because I have a very weak stomach and it doesn't respond well to stress. That's a diarrhea joke. Yeah, but I'm a bartender now. Give it up for your bartender. It's not an easy job dealing with you fucking drunks. But I'll tell you what is easy. It's so much easier to show up to work when there's alcohol there. Right? If there was a mini bar in my cubicle, maybe I would have shown up once in a while. Maybe. I'm a drunk. I'm sorry. Do you drink at work? What? I don't like you. That fucking sucks. Are you not allowed to, or you just choose not to? Oh, the joke's on me. Oh man, I'm retarded. So I used to work in an office. Anybody else work in a horrible office? Yeah. So you know what it's like to be surrounded by cubicles and those really annoying things. What do they call them? Bitches. Yeah. They were horrible. Every day they would all go out to lunch together and they never invited me. I was the only one. And I tried to figure out why they didn't like me. Like, I don't know if it was because I was quiet or because I didn't watch fucking Jersey Shore or because I decorated my cubicle with photos of serial killers. I don't think it was that. I was always nice to them. I always complimented them on how nice their skin would look as a sombrero, and they just... Mexicans, they don't get it.
I don't know, but I don't like to work. I'm Puerto Rican. I'm very lazy. I like to sleep and eat a lot of rice and beans. Not really. I like cheese though. I don't know where I'm going with this. No, I don't want to work at all. I wish I could get into a time machine and go back to like 60 years ago when all women had to do was cook and put out. That's what I want. I'm just kidding. I fucking hate cooking. But that's a slutty joke. It's not true. But I don't know. I think about that time and how women were just minding their own business, you know, just cooking, cleaning, popping out babies, occasionally taking one for the team, to the eye, which is a small price to pay to not have to work, I think. And then this Rosie the Riveter bitch comes out of nowhere. She's like, hey, everybody, we can do it, yay! Do you think some of those women were like, shut the fuck up, Rosie? Yeah, we know we could do it, okay? We don't want the men to know. Thanks a lot, fucking lesbo. I apologize if I offended any lesbos in here. Actually, I don't care. I like to drink. I do. I have a bit of a drinking problem. I realized this the other day when I had to leave my bar at the car. I mean, exactly! I had to leave my car at the bar. Oh man, can I get another shot? Maybe I'll talk better verse. I left my car at the bar and my boyfriend had to pick me up. And the whole way home, I'm like, do you think I have a drinking problem? He's like, no, you're fine, shut up. So the next morning, he takes me back to the bar, and I'm like, oh, fuck. He's like, what? I'm like, I missed my job interview this morning. He's like, all right, you have a fucking drinking problem. I also thought I had a drinking problem when my cat peed in my bed, and I thought it was me. Because I didn't know it was there, and I slept in it all night. I woke up, I was like, oh my God, what's wrong with me? I started going to AA and shit. And then I left my room open, and I realized that he was the one peeing in my bed, because I know it wasn't me. I didn't do it while I was in the shower. That's not possible. So I went back to AA, and I was like, oh yeah, remember when I said I pissed the bed? No, that was my cat. Who wants to go to the bar? Yeah, I'm not welcome back even if I do try to quit. But I don't know. Sometimes I think about trying to quit because it can get pretty crazy sometimes. But it's hard to quit when you're a fun drunk, you know? Like, it's easier to quit when you're an asshole drunk because you have all these voicemails on your phone from a night you don't remember. Like, oh, dude, you're such a fucking asshole. I can't believe you pissed on my dog. What's wrong with you? You know, whatever asshole drunks do. I don't know. But my messages are more like, oh my God, I can't wait to hang out with you again. You were crazy last night. You danced on the pole. There wasn't even a pole there. You made one. You were like a slutty MacGyver. It was fucking awesome. So, that's fun. Has anyone ever tried veal? Yeah. It's fucking delicious, right? Oh my God. I tried it at a restaurant on my birthday. And then somebody told me what it was. I didn't realize until later. They're like, oh, you know what it is? It's a baby cow taken right out of the womb. They don't let it move. And they just inject it with antibiotics and shit. I'm like, oh no. I looked at a picture of it. I was like, oh, you're so delicious. Now I'm pissed off that I know this because I want to know what more baby things taste like. Like, what does baby panda taste like? What does baby seal taste like? What does my baby taste like? I do want to try angel dust. I haven't done that yet. Has anyone ever tried angel dust in here? Accidentally or on purpose, whatever. Everybody usually says, by accident. Yeah, whatever. I don't know, but every time I hear somebody who smoked angel dust or you see it on the news or whatever, it's always some crazy fucking story, like how somebody took a power drill to their head or jumped off a building. But if it's such a horrible drug, why is it called angel dust? Why does it sound so heavenly? You know? Why does it sound almost like a preschooler's art project? Angel dust. Oh, I'm going to put it on the refrigerator, honey. You know? You don't call cancer sugar lumps. Why is this horrible thing? I don't know. If it's so awful, why don't they just call it like devil's nut crust or something? I'd probably still want to smoke it though. Oh man. So I went to the doctor recently and I found out that I cannot have a baby, which is probably good news. But I don't know. I mean, I was a little upset at first, but I don't think I need a second opinion, you know. I trust my doctor. She's a really, really good psychiatrist. Yeah. I was just telling her about my fears with children and how I'm just afraid of how my child would turn out. Because if they turn out like me, that's one thing. But what if they turn out normal? That's a fucking problem. Because I don't want to give birth to something that's going to judge me, okay? I don't need all those questions like, Mommy, how come I have so many new uncles? Mommy, how come we have to get your medicine at the liquor store? Mommy, why do you eat sugar through your nose? You gotta lose the baby weight, right? Shit. I don't know why I just said that. Probably all the talk of interracial porn earlier. Shit. I used to have a coke problem. I don't really do it anymore, unless somebody has some. Okay, forget it. Fuck. But no, I mean, I really had a problem, and I quit when I realized how paranoid I was getting. Because every time I saw my family, I thought I was walking into an intervention. But not just any intervention, like the TV show intervention. Like I'd put on makeup and dress up like, oh shit, I'm gonna be on fucking TV today, you know? So one night, I came home, all the lights were off. I walk in, the lights come on, everyone's standing there staring at me. I'm like, oh, I see what's going on here. Why don't you guys just take out your stupid piece of paper, read your stories. Oh, we're here because we love you, but we don't know you anymore, blah, blah, blah. Where's the rehab guy? Where's the cameras? And then they just looked at me awkwardly and were like, happy birthday to you. Jesus Christ. All right, let's get Tim McGorry back up here. Hopefully, I won't leave my bar at the car tonight. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for Jess Collazo. Oh, it's Collazo. A lot of things did not go really good in New York City for me on St. Patrick's Day, but I'll tell you what. Daddy found a Nikon camera outside of Penn Station. Greatest moment of my life. Because I was like, I went outside for a cigarette while I was waiting for the train back to Babylon, and I see this on the ground, and it's a Nikon Coolpix S6 200 edition, and I got really excited. I'm like, oh, free camera. But like, I didn't really steal it because there was only like homeless people around. And I didn't want to go up to a homeless guy and go, excuse me, did you lose your phone right here? Camera, sorry, listen, I don't know what's going on. The point is, I want a haircut. And if you could buy this from me. I'm kidding. I already got I got a good deal at the pawn shop. I already called it in. It's a really exciting day tomorrow. Without further ado, I'm gonna bring another guy. Yeah, sure, why not? I'm gonna bring the headliner for tonight up to the. Yeah, I'm gonna say headliner. I'm gonna put you on that crest of you're the icing to this comedy cake we made tonight, and baby, I'm just the sprinkles. Ladies and gentlemen, Tim Thomson, everybody. That was a good. I like that line with the sprinkles.
Thank you, Tim, who took the homeless bait. Never pick up technology in front of homeless people. You know what they do. They just urinate all over that, waiting for you, one of the, you know, where they call you roofers, you know, with your roofs above you. Someone's going to take that. Tin Can Murphy just stuck that up his asshole. You got to watch this. It's going to be hilarious. How you guys doing? Yay, St. Patrick's Day. You guys celebrate that? Yay! Everyone's Irish that day, celebrating St. Patrick's Day, the day that St. Patrick went to Ireland and brought him Christianity and defeated Andre the Giant by throwing him out of the ring, thus saving spring break. Yay! And freeing the leprechauns. I went to a shitty Catholic school. That's what they taught us. It was pretty bad. Our Lady of Perpetual Yeast Infection, you know. Our saying was, yeah, we all rise to the occasion. Oh boy. All right. Well, today's the last day of winter, this horrible, horrible winter. Centimeters of snow. It was awful. It just, yay, springtime. Everyone likes springtime? Well, you're stupid. I honestly, springtime, yay, oh, nature. I mean, it gets warmer and all the birds come back, you know, except for the Canadian geese. They lie about coming back. Like, oh, yeah, we went away. You know, it's like when kids come home from college and you're the asshole who didn't go away. Like, oh, how was your semester, man? I learned so much. And like, oh, I watched the McDonald's burn down. That's what I did when you guys went away to learn. That's what the Canadian geese are doing. Oh, you guys are back? Oh, shit, we didn't do anything this semester. I don't know. I personally don't like nature. One, because all of a sudden, nature wakes up, all these trees, and just start fucking jerking off all over the place, leaving that fucking pollen all over. That's what pollen is, people. You wake up in the morning, you see your car just covered in green dust. No, that's a tree waking up, blowing his morning load. That's what that is. You're walking around, your face is itchy, your eyes are... No, that's an oak tree fucking bukkake going on right there. I just start screaming at them, hey, this is a Catholic neighborhood. Jesus Christ. God damn trees, I hate trees. They're stupid, you know. And if you have sex with them, then you're a dendrophiliac. And then you have to go to meetings. What the fuck? Fucking tattletale children. Oh, well, the broad before, and that the transient guy who walked in looking for, like, secondhand food. There you are, hey. Talked about pornography. Yay, pornography. I swear to God, it's getting boring. I don't know what the hell happened. You watched it? I used to be happy just seeing, like, a bra. Now, I'm like, I can't even watch anymore. I'm watching this guy getting blown by, like, these Taiwanese girls with, like, you know, cleft palates. Well, they're trying to suck his cock, you know, it just keeps falling out. And I'm like screaming at the TV, come on, get some suction! I saw an ad try to save these people. Can't they grow mustaches? That's what we need, hipsters to donate mustaches to cleft palate people. Maybe Tim could get his little 6th grade Mexican mustache. Wouldn't it look better with a Vote for Pedro shirt? I don't know. Everyone point and laugh at Tim. Hey, Tim! Yeah, he'll get it later. You know, he's drinking now. Yay! You know that thing's going to be tickling some guy in a parking ride later. Oh, ooh, not on my Nikon day. This is a big day for me. Oh, it's Ramadan and Christmas all mixed together. Yay! Sometimes I just stare out into space and hope, my God, I hope Jewish dogs are allowed to eat bacon strips, because they're just delicious, you know? And to push your religious beliefs on dogs is wrong, man. See these poor Mormon dogs with 9 bitches is fucked up. Makes me think about this current election. You know, I'm not very political, but it's all about religion this year, and I'm like, none of them have my, you know, philosophy. I just want one of these guys to come out and say, yes, I believe in dog heaven. And if one of those guys say that, I will vote for him. If he comes, I would see Ron Paul doing that. I totally believe in, you know, clouds with mailmen walking around and, you know, fire hydrants and dogs just, you know, raping those mailmen. I will go there and vote this year. I will vote this time, I swear to God. And I will vote for a person. Instead of going in there and you just carve bear on it and you try to punch it as hard as you can. And you walk out and the old lady eats it. It's like, did you vote for bear again? Yeah, I did eat it! How's a hysterectomy? Fuck this place. And you flip the table. Yeah, all right, that was a guy clapping for Angel does, yeah. I don't understand how people get lazy. Like, you ever hear, like, oh, I smoked it by accident. Like, isn't it more expensive than pot? Who is fucking giving away, like, expensive drugs other than pot? What the fuck is like, hey, I ordered a beer, this is Don Perignon. Who fucking pulling this joke on me? This is crazy. I did, hoo-hoo, I had an extra $600. Yeah, you're the worst uncle ever. Can I put my pants on now? This might startle you, but that is the last thing my grandmother ever said to me. She She just tousled my hair and jumped into the gorilla cage with a baseball bat. And she's like, I'm gonna fuck shit up. Thinking about the way they treat luggage. I don't know. She was really pissed. Crazy woman. Families are weird. We used to always have family reunions, you know, before the shootings. And we would get together. And I remember this one time I was 9, all right? And I'm playing with my cousin Lenny, who's 32, all right? And he's one of those simpletons, you know, like, I guess, I don't know, everyone said it, retard, all right? We never said that. We would say one of God's clowns, you know? You know, he makes God smile. He had, you know, the big calf muscles because he's always walking on his tippy toes. And he just didn't want to, you know, he's the sweetest guy, but if you piss him off, you know, you say, hey, color blue's cool. No, orange is better. And he flips a Volkswagen. I'm like, oh, no. Lenny's crazy. He's going to rampage across the neighborhood. And we were playing this game. We were in this shitty park in Brooklyn. We were playing this game. I'm rolling a tire at him, and then he takes it and fucks it. I learned a lot this summer about love and radial tires. And my mom, I remember she took me aside like, listen, don't make fun of your cousin Lenny, all right? He has the mind of a 9-year-old. And that really pissed me off, you know. Being a 9-year-old at the time, like that guy, he really has the same mind as me. The guy right there who's screaming at a tree telling it to vote for Dukakis. No one's gonna vote for a Greek. Grandma says they steal the water. We didn't understand. We didn't know much about Greek people, you know. They ended democracy and butt fucking, and then they steal water. I don't know. And I remember going to school the following Monday because that was always what they made you do. I don't know why. And I remember it was 3rd grade. My teacher was Miss Johansson, and she asked me. We were doing the state capital. She asked, "What was the capital of Wisconsin?" And it's kind of fucked up, but I said Donovan, which was the joke we were doing in class. All the kids found out her dad's son was named Donovan. All right. I know. 9-year-olds are the most evil creature on earth. You know, they have no repercussions. They don't get your soul until 18. It's the law, all right? But we were all answering. We thought it was hilarious. You know, everything was like, what was Columbus's ship's names? Donovan. What's 7 times 2? How old Donovan would have been if you checked the caps on your bleach. I know! Right? Yeah, it was wrong, all right? She was mean, all right? She was Presbyterian or something, it's all right. And then she, you know what teachers piss when they curse and they let out a little curse, and she's like, well, he's a kind of smart cunt. I'm like, yeah. The mind of a 32-year-old retard, leave me alone. Currently, I live in a basement apartment. I'm living the dream. It is awesome, you know, because I get free cable. No more sunlight. Who needs sunlight, right? It just creates life. So, you know, I get to watch, you know, Game of Thrones as I'm popping vitamin D, you know, wondering, oh, what would it be like if I had color? And I have a carbon monoxide detector. Does anyone have one of these pieces of shit? No? All right, we're all crazy people in here. Yeah, let's run with scissors. Listen, this thing is just up there, and all it does is beep and beep and beep and beep and beep. And that beeping eventually makes you really dizzy and nauseous. I was actually sitting there like, maybe I should leave. But there was this unicorn in the kitchen. And he's like, don't worry about that. Let's funnel vodka. I'm like, oh, cool. It's a lot better with the trolls in the bathroom. Let's eat rocks. We can't do it. That's Lent. We can't do that. So we just start drinking. You ever drank with a mythological creature? Man, especially unicorns, they say a lot of awful things about other mythological creatures. Like, hey, you know, Bigfoot's never tipped. Like, whoa, you know? Hey, Chinese dragons drive horribly. What? You can't say that. I'm liberal. And then he helped me with my my resume. I mean, you know, trying to get a new job. Apparently, I don't use enough sparkles. That's why no one's voting for me. Just the right amount of dry elbow macaroni, but not enough sparkles. And then that lady I have sex with, who makes me call her girlfriend, she comes over and she pulls me out on the lawn, starts making out with me, or CPR, whatever these kids are calling it now. I don't know. I don't get you kids. You got weird sayings. I heard some kids say, hey, I like your shoes. No, homo. I'm like, oh, okay, thank you. You know, why do you, you could tell me you like my clothing without telling me, I like your clothing, but I'll never decorate your house. That's a nice shirt, but I do not own a small dog. You know, all right, you know, we did have a similar saying in my neighborhood. You know, someone would, hey, can I have all the change in your pocket? No hobo. You just assure you I'm not a hobo. Can I have all your change? You know? Hey, can you smell the cat food on my breath? No hobo. We had that only because we had the hobo uprisings of '78 in our neighborhood. So we just had to make sure who was a hobo, you know, because we didn't want that happening again, you know. And really fucked us up for years. Our school system fell apart, but my God, the parades. The pageantry of hobo parades is beautiful. It does attract cats for 10 miles, but still, it's amazing.